Welcome back to Chōsōjū Mecha and G. Previously, I started my world trip, going to Retrograd to learn the history of puppet development, then went to Eisenberg to look around the wheel, heavy, and tree workshops for new MGs. I got a freebie from Lambert, then did some menial tasks, and then I finished by clearing up a highway from Automen. That way I could get to the MG Association. They are still researching ways to deal with those Automen, who are getting quite a bit more threatening. So let's get to it. I start with mission number 17, another puppeteer. We have a newbie on the workshop, Anne-Marie Dancourt. Kay welcomes the new hire, but she just leaves. Mission number 18, afternoon maintenance, teaches about the importance of maintenance. If an MG is used too much, it will forcefully enter a maintenance period where it cannot be used, though a warning is issued before that happens. Kay does try to get Anne-Marie to help, but she just leaves again. Mission number 19, the big cleanup day, has us on cleaning duty. You know, because of that whole Gottfried incident at the beginning. Anne-Marie doesn't help us with any of it, not because she wasn't involved in the incident, mind you, but because she has never cleaned up in her life, being a rich kid and all. Mission number 20, big cleanup the next day too, has Kay try to get Anne-Marie to help again, but she reveals that her puppets are soon to arrive. Perhaps then they could play. I pay a visit to the association. Finn tells a bit of history that I already know at this point because of my visit to Retrograd. For the next visit, Finn recommends visiting the various workshops around to see what kind of MGs exist. With mission number 21, Anne-Marie's game, phase 1 available, Anne-Marie's puppets have arrived. So she issues me a challenge. First, to break the most poles wins. It's my Gauss versus her Lilizet. I decide to floor it and ram the poles, but the contest is surprisingly close. I get blueprint 03A for this one. Next up is mission number 22, Anne-Marie's game phase 2, which is a single lap race around a football field. There are also bombs littered around, because of course there are. She will lose a Manon, while I keep Gauss. This time the contest is much more one-sided. My speedy Gauss clears the track easily. I get a blueprint 04A for this one. Time for another visit to the association, where Finn teaches about the workshops that are around the world. For the following visit, she talks about the bomb workshop incident, where the testing of a nuclear puppet destroyed it. I go for mission number 23, Auto Gunner. There's an Automan attack happening. This one has rotary cannons. I use Gauss for this one. Turns out if my MG isn't that wide, I can weave in between the missiles the autogun fires. So I land an easy victory, all things considered. While I do get a blueprint 03B for this one, I overused Gauss, so he must go to repairs. I give both halves of blueprint 3 to Galouye, receiving the puppet windmill Lilizet, an old mountain workshop design with a very simple control scheme. Right wheel spins the spears, generating a gust of wind, while left lever closes and opens the spears like a clamp. Due to its unusual body that runs on tracks, it can't use the universal forward and side hops of other MGs. It also can't block. That's all D-pad double tap options excluded. Next up is mission number 24, the Longbow Knight. The threat of ranged Automen looms over, so Anne-Marie suggests to go to the bow workshop to get a puppet capable of long-range attacks of its own. So we go to Aston for it. Anne-Marie of course doesn't think we're getting any, this is just for her amusement. We meet with puppet maker Balfour, who's got his work cut out for him, as recent Automen attacks have spiked demand for his puppets. The bow workshop's puppeteer, Ellie Mikokawa, shows up, challenging us to combat. If I win, I get the same model of puppet as hers. I face her Alpha with my Lilizet, which was a bit of a mistake. I can't launch gusts of wind as fast as she can loosen arrows. I try to melee it, but end up overeating. Wait, what are you doing, Ellie? Well, guess that solves the issue. With my victory, I get a blueprint 04B and the longbow puppet Alpha. While I do unlock the bow workshop, they have no puppets for sale at the moment. As for the longbow puppet Alpha, he's got a bow to launch arrows with. Pulling on the bow string will mount the green arrow, and releasing it loosens the arrow. The wheel at the left adjusts the elevation angle of the bow. A cover on the bottom left can be removed to reveal a red button that replaces a green arrow with a red one. This is an explosive arrow. It's more powerful, but dangerous at close range as it explodes. Also, it's in limited supply. This is a pretty good MG for long-range combat. I give both halves of Blueprint 4 to Galouye, who builds me a snail puppet Manon, an old Dream Workshop design with long-range capabilities. The wheel at the left speeds up Manon's movement speed, while the buttons at the bottom that look like Manon's eyes launch missiles, although they take a while to reload. At least Manon is fitted with a massive number of them. Much like Lilizet, it's a tracked design that has no forward or side hops, nor blocking capabilities. Next up is mission number 25, Anne-Marie's game phase 3. Her next challenge is a no-holds-barred MG fight. She faces me with an actor, while I go with the Alpha. The knockdown from Alpha's explosive arrow allows me time to create space, so I can just spam arrows from afar for an easy victory. It's only after repeating this mission in easy mode though that I receive both blueprints O2A and O2B, which I deliver to Galouye to get my own copy of the actor. This 25-year-old Circle Workshop MG is similar to Slide, having two gears that move the body. Left gear rotates the body left to right, while right gear lifts arms up or down. Much like Slide though, the gears are fragile, and too much turning will break them, rendering actor useless. So it's not a very impressive puppet. I go visit the association. Pin gives me a lecture on the mysterious Shinobi workshop. As for the following visit, she says that the whole workshop has a new model on sale, that being the water ball puppet Rufa. This is a strengthened recolor of the Alpha, featuring an extra explosive arrow in its arsenal. The controls are otherwise identical. Next up is mission number 26, Arrival of the Puppet Ship. Anne-Marie has received an SS Titus from the head house. This is her strongest puppet, and the subject of the next mission, number 27, Anne-Marie's game, phase 4. A combat against Titus. I face it with my Gauss. While the Titus has a terrifying cannon, once I reach melee range, it can't do much against me. My victory grants me blueprint O5A. Next mission is number 28, the day Anne-Marie was gone. She's gone missing, and of course Galouye thinks it's our fault for that. After that, I go for mission number 29, the little puppets are in. Flying Automen are attacking the city. I must destroy their remote controllers to stop the attack. I use Roser for this one, since I can actually grab the controllers and use them as bludgeons. Although it was probably not the best choice, as the Flying Automen will occasionally go out of my arm's range. Should have picked an MG with some range capability. I do gain a blueprint O5B for clearing this mission. I give both halves of blueprint 5 to Galouye, who builds me a puppet ship SS Titus. This old Sea Workshop design is focused on its massive cannon. The wheel at the center moves the cannon horizontally, while the right lever adjusts the elevation angle. The wick at the left must be pressed multiple times to ignite. Once the flame reaches the cannon, it will fire a tremendously powerful cannonball. Although, the long process of burning makes this an awkward projectile. The Titus does have two buttons that each swing one of its arms forward for a melee attack. Its wheel design though won't allow for forward or side hops or blocks, much like Lisette and Manon. I visit the association. This time, Pin talks about Puppet City, a large-scale factory that produces Automen. It was built by puppet maker Faust of the Dark Workshop. The plan moving forward to stop Automen attacks seems to be the destruction of Puppet City. I then make some money repeating missions to buy a vehicle from the Tree Workshop. Anne-Marie Dancourt has proven to be a daring rival, but things go sour after her disappearance. The Automen have also seemingly escalated their offensive actions, from the bumbling one-armed models to auto gunners and flying models also equipped with missiles. A war seems to be brewing, and destroying Puppet City might be the only way to bring peace. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time, as the Automen launch a full-fledged assault.